welcome everyone to Fuji Speedway. It's Thursday evening here, and we're all set for Event 3 of the Strategy Race Championship.
Absolutely, and this is race 5 of 12 for the season. 2 races tonight, so plenty of points on offer for these drivers. A real test of consistency and strategy.
Indeed, and the cars are now pulling away behind the safety car, getting ready for what promises to be an enthralling start. Philip Koons leads the overall championship coming into this, fresh off 2 wins already this season.
And he'll be keen to extend that lead. Dominic Vivargo in second is just 19 points behind and looking for his first win. I remember chasing championship leaders. You never give up.
We also have intense battles across the Pro/Pro AM and AM classes, with Rich Snape currently leading the AM standings.
Those class championships are just as important to the drivers. It adds another layer of pressure out there, especially on a track like Fuji with its long straight.
The safety car is about to peel into the pits here at Fuji Speedway. What an interesting grid we have for race 5, with Chris Stokes on pole position.
Stokes, P9 in the overall championship, starting P1 is a huge opportunity for him to make up ground. I know how much that means, getting a clean run into turn 1.
And right next to him, championship leader Philip Koons in P2. A very strong starting position for the Pro Class driver. Martijn Mol, a new face this event, starts P3.
Mol really has a chance to make a statement, starting P3 with 0 points in the championship. On the other hand, Dominic Vivargo, P2 in the overall standings, has a lot of work to do from P14.
Indeed, a challenging start for Vivargo. And we see Elliot Norton in P4, another Pro-AM driver looking for crucial points.
It's all about maximizing that first lap from here. The pressure is immense on every driver, regardless of where they start on the grid.
And the green flag is out. We are underway here at Fuji.
What a start. The field surges forward, battling for every inch into turn 1.
Already some feisty action in the midfield. Nick Edwards battles past Phil Bodkin for position 12.
And they are not done yet. Bodkin immediately fights back, but Edwards reclaims the spot. That's a fantastic early tussle.
Daniel Holland seems to be settling into his rhythm, holding his position for now.
It's early days, but he'll be looking to conserve those tires and pick his moments to attack further into the race.
Maximilian Turbin, P6 in the championship, makes a strong move and takes P13 away from Phil Bodkin.
That's an important gain for Turbin in these early stages, setting himself up well from a lower starting grid position. You have to be decisive.
Oh, a massive moment for Thomas Kruger-Dauerdo. He's just dropped multiple positions, overtaken by Nigel Walters and David Constable-Barry.
He's really struggling for pace in this section. Now Limerick, Daw, and Edwards all get past him too. That's a huge slide down the order.
And championship contender Dominic Vivargo capitalizes, moving past Kruger-Dauerdo, who now finds himself in P11.
This is where it gets tough. You lose confidence, the tires might be struggling. You have to fight to regain some rhythm out there.
A brief fight back from Kruger-Dauerdo as he gets past John Buntakis, but Buntakis immediately reclaims that spot.
He eventually gets past Nigel Walters, but then quickly loses the place to Maximilian Turbin. A really challenging few laps for him.
Huge contact in the midfield. Dominic Vivargo has been punted and spun around by Phil Bodkin.
Oh, that's a tough one to take. I've been on the receiving end of those, and it absolutely kills your momentum. The stewards have already deemed Bodkin at fault.
Vivargo, P2 in the championship, is now losing positions thick and fast. Bodkin, Buntakis, and Maximilian Turbin all get past him.
You lose so much time trying to recover from a spin. It's incredibly difficult to get the car back up to speed and defend against the entire pack.
The slide continues for Vivargo. He's now been overtaken by Thomas Kruger-Dauerdo, Jimmy Lindo, Neil Constable-Barry, and Daniel Holland. Maximilian Turbin has just lost P10, as Jimmy Lindo makes a decisive move and gets past him.
That stand. He's immediately fighting back, and he's reclaimed that position from Lindo. What a feisty battle.
But Lindo is persistent. He's back on the attack and has once again moved past Turbin, taking P10.
This is brilliant close quarters racing, a real back and forth between these two Pro-Am drivers, trading places corner after corner.
Trouble for Neil Constable-Barry. He's just gone into the barriers after being overtaken by Phil Bodkin.
That's a heavy hit for the AM class driver. He's immediately lost places with Nigel Walters capitalizing on the incident.
Thomas Kruger-Dauerdo is on the charge, sweeping past John Buntakis for P10.
That's an important gain for Kruger Dorado, getting ahead of Buntakis in the AM class battle.
Martijn Mol makes a move. The Pro Class driver gets past Nigel Walters and takes P14.
Mol is looking for every possible point in his debut event, putting pressure on Walters. This is a battle between Pro and AM talent.
But Walters isn't giving up. He's fighting back, trying to reclaim that position for Mol.
And Walters does it. He gets past Mol once again. That's a determined effort from the AM class driver.
Thomas Kruger Dorado has just moved past Joel Lemrich for P8.
But Lemrich immediately fights back, reclaiming P8. That's a strong response from the AM class driver.
Another overtake for Thomas Kruger Dorado, getting past Joel Lemrich for P8.
This battle for P8 is absolutely relentless. Lemrich immediately strikes back, and then Kruger Dorado reclaims it again. Fantastic racing.
Phil Bodkin is making progress, taking P10 from Joel Lemrich.
That's an important move for Bodkin. He's finding some pace and pushing forward.
And Bodkin is on the charge, now getting past Thomas Kruger Dorado for P9. Thomas Kruger Dorado making a late surge, getting past Phil Bodkin for P11.
He's really pushing hard in these final stages. Kruger Dorado will be looking for every single point possible.
But Phil Bodkin has immediately responded. He reclaims P11 from Kruger Dorado.
This battle for P11 is going right down to the wire. Fantastic wheel-to-wheel action from these two AM class drivers.
Dominic Fovargue is in trouble. After a fierce battle, he's lost multiple positions in quick succession.
And the P2 championship contender has gone into the barriers. A huge impact for Fovargue after a difficult run of laps.
Joel Lemrich makes a move, getting past Phil Bodkin for P11.
And after his earlier incident, Dominic Fovargue is on the recovery charge, now getting past Phil Bodkin too.
Elliot Norton with a fantastic late move, taking P5 from David Constable Barry.
That's a vital position gain for Norton, a Pro-Am driver, with championship points on the line right to the very end.
Nick Edwards with a late charge, getting past Neil Gogan for P13.
Every point counts, especially for these midfield positions in the AM class. Edwards has certainly pushed hard there.
David Constable Barry is now under attack, losing P7 to Thomas Kruger Dorado.
And pressure continues. John Bantakis is right on his tail and has now swept past Constable Barry too, who drops to P9.
It's a tough end to the race for the Pro AM driver. Joel Lemrich also gets past him, pushing him out of the top 10. Elliot Norton with a fantastic move, surging past Maximilian Turbin for P4.
But Turbin immediately strikes back. Norton then reclaims the position once more. What a thrilling battle.
Joel Lemrich makes a decisive move, getting past John Buntakis for P8.
But Buntakis immediately fights back and reclaims that P8 spot. A fantastic fight for positions in the AM class.
Joel Lemrich makes another move on John Buntakis, now taking P8.
He's really putting the pressure on Buntakis, relentlessly pursuing that position in the AM class.
Dominic Fovargue, after his earlier incident, is fighting his way back through the field, now taking P10 from David Constable Barry.
That's championship grit right there. Even after a setback, you keep your head down and chase every possible point. An incredible recovery drive.
Philip Koons is about to cross the line here at Fuji. What a dominant drive from the championship leader.
He started P2 and controlled that race masterfully. That's a huge haul of points for Koons, extending his lead at the top.
And Chris Stokes crosses the line in P2. He started on pole, a fantastic result for him.
A strong points haul for Stokes, maintaining a front-running position throughout. Crucial points for his championship bid as he finishes second.
And right behind him, Jareth Hallam takes P3. He started in 5th and fought hard for that podium spot.
That's an excellent drive from Hallam, moving up 2 places and securing a podium. A brilliant performance from the Pro-Am driver.
What a race we've just witnessed here at Fuji Speedway for Race 5 of the championship. Philip Koons, starting second, utterly dominated to take another crucial victory.
An incredible performance from Koons, solidifying his lead at the top. Chris Stokes held on for a superb P2, and Jareth Hallam climbed 2 spots for a well-deserved third. Great for the Pro-Am standings.
But it wasn't easy for everyone. Dominic Fovargue had a very challenging race after being punted early on, fighting hard to recover positions.
You saw plenty of intense battles throughout the field, especially in the AM class, with drivers trading places constantly. A real strategic challenge tonight.
Welcome back for Race 6 here at Fuji, and what a shakeup we've seen in the championship standings after that thrilling first race.
Philip Coons might still be leading the championship, but he now boasts 3 wins. Jareth Hallam is a big mover, jumping from P8 to P4 after his podium finish.
Chris Stokes also made a significant climb, moving up to P8 in the overall standings with his strong second-place finish in Race 5.
Dominic Fauvergue, despite a challenging Race 5, holds on to P2 overall. And it's great to see new talent like Martin Moll and Joel Lemrich firmly on the board after strong points finishes.
The safety car is making its way into the pits for Race 6. Neil Constable-Berry starts on pole position, a huge chance for the AM class driver.
He's got Neil Gogan right next to him, another AM driver. These guys have a real opportunity to bag some serious points from the front.
Championship leader Philip Coons, however, starts way back in P15, while Dominic Fauvergue, P2 in the standings, is in a much better P6 than last time.
Coons will have a mountain to climb, but Fauvergue starting P6 means he's in a much stronger position to recover. I know the feeling of starting further back and needing to make up ground quickly.
Nick Edwards, P12 in the championship, also has a great opportunity from P3 on the grid.
This race is shorter, so making those early moves will be even more critical. Every position counts right from the start.
And the green flag drops. Race 6 is officially underway at Fuji.
Incredible start. The drivers are already jostling for position into turn 1.
Jareth Hallam, fresh off the podium, is already on the move, getting past Elliott Norton.
And the Pro-Am driver continues his charge, quickly dispatching Maximilian Turbin to gain another spot. He's climbing fast.
Joel Lemrich makes a great move in the early stages, getting past Phil Bodkin and taking P6.
Lemrich, an AM class driver, is really pushing from the outset. That's a strong start for him in Race 6.
Contact in the midfield. Martin Moll and Phil Bodkin come together.
Oh, Moll tried to force his way through a closing gap and make contact with Bodkin. The stewards have already deemed Moll at fault for that.
Dominic Fauvergue under pressure. Joel Lemrich makes a fantastic move to take P5.
But Fauvergue, the championship P2 driver, immediately fights back and reclaims that position. It's a crucial battle.
Lemrich isn't giving up though. He's back on the attack and takes P5 from Fauvergue once again.
This is an incredible back and forth for P5. Fauvergue now sweeps past Lemrich again. This is exactly what we want to see.
Mayhem. Chris Stokes has been punted and spun by Jareth Hallam. The stewards have quickly called a penalty for Hallam.
Oh, that's a massive incident for Stokes. He was running well, now he's lost a host of positions. Elliott Norton, Maximilian Turbin, Jimmy Lindo, and Thomas Kruger Dorado all get past.
More drama. A big incident between Neil Constable-Berry and Elliott Norton. Both cars are involved.
That's a tough break for both drivers. Norton has plummeted down the order, overtaken by Bantakis, Hallam, and Turbin. It's a huge loss of positions.
Unbelievable. Philip Coons, the championship leader, has just punted and spun Thomas Kruger Dorado. The stewards have awarded a penalty.
This is completely out of character for Coons. He's immediately losing positions to Elliott Norton, Chris Stokes, and Nigel Walters. That's a huge hit to his race.
Thomas Kruger Dorado makes a move on Chris Stokes, taking P10.
But Stokes immediately fights back, reclaiming that P10 spot from Kruger Dorado. Fantastic racing from these two.
Jimmy Lindo gets past Thomas Kruger Dorado for P12, but Kruger Dorado immediately reclaims the spot.
And then Lindo rear-ends Kruger Dorado. That's a warning from the stewards for Jimmy Lindo, a very close battle there.
Huge incident for John Buntakis. He's been punted and spun by Jareth Hallam, who immediately receives a penalty.
That's a massive blow for Bantakis. He's instantly dropped multiple positions, with Dominic Fauvergue, Hallam, and Maximilian Turbin all getting past.
The slide continues for Buntakis. Neil Gogan, Elliott Norton, and championship leader Philip Coons also sweep past him. Neil Gogan is rapidly losing ground here, first overtaken by John Buntakis, then Chris Stokes.
This is a tough patch for the AM class driver. Jimmy Lindo and Thomas Kruger Dorado also get past him, dropping him to P13.
A really difficult few moments for Gogan, who was holding a strong position earlier in the race.
But a fantastic recovery. Neil Gogan makes a superb move, getting past championship leader Philip Coons. What a statement.
More contact. Phil Bodkin has punted Nigel Walters, and the stewards have immediately penalized Bodkin.
Oh, a really unnecessary move from Bodkin there. Walters was trying to hold his line, and that's a tough break for the AM driver.
Neil Constableberry is having a difficult end to the race, now losing positions to Neil Gogan and Nigel Walters.
And the AM class driver continues to struggle, now overtaken by Phil Bodkin. He's dropped right to the back of the pack.
Jimmy Lindo makes a move on John Boontakis for P9.
And contact between the two. Both drivers involved in a collision. A tough moment for both in these closing stages.
Phil Bodkin with a late surge, getting past Neil Gogan for P15.
He's really pushing to grab every last point available. A good move there from the AM class driver.
Elliot Norton with a fantastic move, taking P5 from Maximilian Turbin.
That's a crucial overtake for Norton, gaining valuable points and beating a direct Pro-Am rival to the line.
Nick Edwards is about to cross the line and take the win. What a stunning performance here at Fuji.
From P3 on the grid, he's driven a fantastic race. That's a huge victory for Edwards, his second of the season.
And Joel Lemrich crosses the line in second place. An incredible drive from P8 on the grid.
What a result for the AM class driver. To climb up 6 positions and secure P2, that's a massive points haul for him, and a testament to his race pace.
Dominic Bovardieu takes P3. Another podium finish for the championship contender.
From P6 to P3, a very strong recovery drive from Bovardieu after a difficult race 5. Crucial points for his championship fight.
Jareth Hallam makes a move on Maximilian Turbin, taking P6.
That's a vital position gained for Hallam in the Pro-Am class, pushing ahead of a direct championship rival.
And that brings race 6 to a close here at Fuji Speedway. What an absolutely incredible display of racing we've just witnessed.
Nick Edwards takes a brilliant victory from P3 on the grid, his second win of the season. Joel Lemrich's climb from P8 to P2 was simply outstanding, a star performance in the AM class.
Dominic Bovardieu fought hard for P3, crucial points for his championship. But championship leader Philip Koons had a very challenging race, receiving a penalty early on.
And we saw multiple incidents with Jareth Hallam and Phil Bodkin also receiving penalties. These two races at Fuji have been action-packed from start to finish.
And that wraps up a truly exhilarating evening of racing here at Fuji Speedway. Event 3 of the Strategy Race Championship certainly delivered 2 action-packed races.
Absolutely, what a night. Philip Koons holds on to his championship lead now with 3 wins under his belt this season. He faced challenges tonight, but still commands the front.
Dominic Bovardieu remains in P2, a testament to his recovery in race 6 after a tough race 5. But look at the big movers. Maximilian Turbin, Chris Stokes, David Constableberry, Jareth Hallam, and Elliot Norton have all made significant gains in the Pro-Am standings.
Nick Edwards also had a fantastic second win tonight, moving him up to P10 overall. And for the M class, Joel Lemrich's incredible P2 finish in race 6 was a standout, propelling him up to P13 overall. Plenty of momentum for these drivers heading into the next event.